about working with Azazel, Satan, and Shemyaza. Welcome. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I'm here with my husband, Damon Draga.
What's up, y'all?
And we're going to talk about working with Azazel, Satan, and Shemyaza. Shemyaza. We just got back from Michigan and we're here in Canada. But we have had some crazy experiences, which I'm going to be uploading all of our rituals that we've done in the past 8 weeks up in Michigan. We had some crazy experiences right from the beginning. We got into a really bad car accident the first night.
Horrible car accident.
Yeah, and a really bad car accident totaled his car. But that's okay. We were able to harness that energy and empower us. But yeah, I want to talk about our experiences working in the deep forest with Azazel, Satan, and Shemyaza. It kind of like when you work with spirits, sometimes you don't realize what you're doing until you start doing it, and it kind of seemed that Shemyaza, Satan, and Azazel was working as a triad for us. We also worked with one of his patron deities, Santissima. La Santa Morete. If anybody wants to hear about his experiences with her and that deity, just leave a comment here, and we can make a video talking about her. But I wanted to talk about our experiences with Satan. So first of all, we got married. So for little Miss Green Witch out there that made that nasty comment about a year ago, well, thank you. He's my husband now.
It's okay, you know, I'm the most loyal you'll ever meet.
Okay. Yeah, he's the best. So we did lots of sexual rituals, sexual rites. If anybody wants to feel what it's like to have two black magicians from the divine dark feminine, the divine dark masculine, we do offer rituals for hire. But let's get to Satan. Let's get back. So when we had our marriage, then we actually did a ritual calling up our main deities to partake in a marriage ceremony. We also give thanks to Ahriman and Ashjahi.
Hail Ahriman, hail Azazel.
Yeah, we really embody those two deities more so. Like a lot of couples who work with demons will typically work with Lilith and Samael, but
Lilith or Asmodeus.
We
Infernal Union.
We work with Ashjahi and Ahriman, and we do possession work with them while we are, making love, so on. Plus, we've had serious manifestations. The amount of energy that we can harness, so when we work with Satan, what you can tell them what happened when we...
So when we're working with Satan, he showed me when I was in ritual, when me and her both was in ritual, he showed me how to become the black sun. And so we went outside and we performed a ritual during when the sun was coming down to become the black sun. We merged ourselves with the black sun, and etc. There's more than just that, but
we harnessed all the pure light. So basically, just as the sun set, that's when it almost like a Pep and Ra,
or Sorath.
Sorath. It's the sun.
Yeah.
But when it was dawn, it was coming down. That's when the energy inflamed in us. Very powerful. And that's also when we saw Azazel in the forest. Well, he was doing the ritual, and I'm going to show you guys all the rituals. I filmed everything here. So after he performed the ritual, I was circling and I was calling forth. I was just making sure that our surroundings was clear, but I was also empowering the circle while he was doing the invocation and as the sun was coming down. But there's these dark woods just across I don't know, his land. And I saw Azazel come forth, and Azazel wanted us to go in the forest. So that's what we did. We went to the forest the next day, and we worked with Azazel. And working in the forest where nobody is probably one of the most
powerful experiences.
Yeah, animalistic. Getting naked, dancing around the forest. The forest seemed as if it became still, and everything was just observing us as we summoned forth Azazel. After that, we went back and waited a little bit. We wanted to stay darker in the forest, but there's a lot of coyotes, so we did our best. But we worked with Shemyaza, with Shemyaza was very powerful too. What happened with Shemyaza? Do you have any?
We did the ritual with or the one JS came up with, or not what, like the Shemyaza one.
We wrote Shemyaza's the master key on our chest, and we didn't realize that we were doing the same thing JS was doing, the triad of working with Satan, Azazel, and Shemyaza, until like the third day we're looking through, like, oh my gosh, she's exactly doing what we were doing. That's like, to me, that's a confirmation that we're doing the work. Our psychic abilities have enhanced. Our astral travel has enhanced. He's astral traveling more. Our communication with the spirits have enhanced. Our abilities to communicate with each other telepathically has enhanced. Our communication with animals have been enhanced. Mm-hmm. So I highly suggest anyone to work with that triad. It seems to be very, very powerful with working with those devils. We
when we drew Shemyaza's sigil on our chest, we were feeling like I felt the sigil burn in fire on my chest, like an energy current of like fiery energy just coming.
Yeah, we also were presented with a live sacrifice. Now, so this is how we work. Like, we're not, I mean, he does want to choose the path of sacrifice and learn the art of that, which I think that, not just anybody can do. You must have this crazy connection with animals, number one, and have an emotional attachment to animals and feel the compassion. Plus, you have to do it correctly. But that is something that he will be practicing. But we did get a serpent, a little garden snake that came right up on on his foot, and we used that as a sacrifice for Azazel. And yeah, that was very empowering. When that happened, we both had dreams of snakes, and being into the serpent current. Well, we are into the serpent draconian current, but just it was just such a beautiful experience to spend the day with the snake, feel its energy, have some love to it, thank it, honor it, and then be able to use it in our magical practice. Have anything to say? No. When we came out of that car accident, we were both kind of bruised up, and he had a fractured chest, and
so go.
What were you gonna say? I was gonna talk about Santiza.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
So yeah, I had a fractured chest, and then one night when the sun was rising, we did a healing ritual with Santa Marta, and she gave us a ritual in order to heal me, and she actually was the embodiment of Santa Marta. Santa Marta came inside her and healed me through Eldoria. And so that was a very powerful experience. Do you have anything to
say? Yeah, he totally took over my body. I didn't even know. He sat down on a chair, and the sun was just gazing on him. And she just showed me what to do on how to, and certain sigils and blood was put on him. It was a lot of energy work, but it was a really beautiful, powerful experience for me because I don't really have that deep connection with this deity, and the fact that she allowed me to use me as a tool for him was even it was just such an honor, and it was such a beautiful thing. And then in a couple days he was completely healed, so it did work. And we did write down the sigils that she gave to us, so if anybody needs any healing work, just message me on Instagram. You can find us. What else?
There's an owl, a white owl that died on my property. It was during, so I was walking down the field at my house, and so we found like dead, like other bones and stuff, like dead animal.
We found crow skulls.
Yeah, crow skulls and crow bones, and
I'll show them
another like feathers and stuff, wings. Anyway, Azazel gave us the serpent, the snake, because I found it, and I felt very drawn to go into that spot anyway. But then we also found white.
We found deer, jaws, deer. We found a lot of animal remains and crow wings, crow feathers. So we were able to actually make a lot of magical tools.
Yes.
These are some of the crow bones. I mean, you can order them off of Amazon, like at sea. There are people, but like when you find it on your path, it's more of like just such a blessing.
It is such a blessing. And anyway, we found we didn't find the body of this owl that we found, but we found the feathers of the owl. It was a white owl, and when I saw this, I felt the presence or a subtle energy of Setemrete, because she loves owls. That's like her animal or something. So it was like very. That's the first thing that came in my mind, and so we grabbed the feathers and give it to Setemrete as an offering, and as like to make her altar look pretty too.
Yeah. So that's a good sign to know when the deities are really working with you and you're in that current, when you receive things like this without even realizing that they're coming to you. Like, you have to, I think a lot of practitioners, the best way to really practice witchcraft and really understand the ancient gods is going into a forest. There are dark rituals where you stay out all night in the forest, and with no lights and stuff. Like, there's some crazy initiations, but that is I think the most powerful ways to connect to the ancient forces that we work with. You're gonna get a lot more gnosis, interaction, communion. That's how the ancient people worked with them. And it's good to have your altar in your house, but if you can go somewhere, take a vacation, go somewhere with camping, with the woods, anything where you can learn and remember how to communicate with nature and the forces of nature, which most of these deities embody. We also, so just go out to the forest and really do some really heavy working. But if you don't have a forest and you don't have that, we can do the work for you. He lives right beside a dark, beautiful wood that has all of these energies already there. We have a spot that we've created, a ritual spot. So that's it. That's what we're going to talk about right now.
Yep.
Peace
Infernal
out.
blessings.